Welcome to Reflections, a space on the Daniel Speaks podcast for soul-first thinking, Torah wisdom, and spiritual clarity. This is about anchoring to what truly matters.
Today's mitzvah is Positive Commandment 19, grace after meals. And you will eat and be sated, then you will bless God. Deuteronomy 8:10. This mitzvah is simple yet profound. Express gratitude to Hashem after every meal. It's about more than just saying thank you for food. It's about recognizing that our sustenance ultimately comes from God. In a fast-paced world where it's so easy to eat and move on, this commandment forces us to slow down, reflect, and appreciate. Gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's a deliberate practice. There's something powerful about making it a part of your routine. We're conditioned to consume and move on, but the act of blessing after meals interrupts that cycle. It's an intentional pause, a moment where we say, yes, I put in the work, but ultimately this meal is a blessing from Hashem. I think about how often we take food for granted. We work hard, we buy groceries, we cook. So it's easy to feel like we've earned it. But the mitzvah reframes that mindset. It's not about what I did to get the food on my plate. It's about recognizing that everything, even my ability to work, ultimately comes from Hashem. There's this dynamic tension between gratitude and ego. Ego tells us we're self-sufficient. I made this happen. I deserve this meal. Gratitude challenges that by reminding us of a deeper truth that while we may play a part, Hashem is the ultimate source. It's a humbling realization. When I skip saying Birkat HaMazon or rushing through it, it's usually because I'm caught up in my own agenda. I'm thinking about what's next or just trying to get through the routine. But taking that pause, even when I'm tired or busy, shifts my focus. It's like recalibrating my mindset, moving from self-centered to God-centered. Eating is one of the most basic primal activities. It's physical, satisfying, sometimes indulgent. Reciting the grace after meals bridges that physical with spirituality. It's about connecting the animal soul, our bodily drives, with the godly soul, our higher aspirations. We're not just consuming to survive. We're acknowledging the divine partnership in every bite. That awareness shifts the act of eating from purely physical to spiritually mindful. It's a reminder that satisfaction doesn't just come from the meal itself, but from recognizing the blessing behind it. Gratitude isn't just something we feel when things are going well, it's a muscle we build. It's easy to be grateful when the meal is amazing, when life is smooth. But what about when the food is bland or the day is tough? That's when the practice matters most. That's when gratitude becomes an act of resilience and faith. Sometimes after a long day, the last thing I want to do is focus on gratitude. I just want to crash. But pushing through that resistance, even when it's hard, is where growth happens. It's about making gratitude deliberate, not just reactive. Even on Shabbat, when I'm full and ready to nap, taking that moment to bless after the meal keeps my spirit aligned. Gratitude changes how we see the world. When I practice it consistently, I find myself noticing more of the good. Instead of getting caught up in what I'm lacking or what didn't go my way, I'm more aware of what's going right. It's like wiping the fog off the mirror. Suddenly I can see clearly again. On the flip side, ego distorts that vision. It makes us think we're the sole architects of our lives. That's why the mitzvah is so essential. It pulls us out of that mindset and reminds us that even when we hustle and achieve, there's a bigger picture. It's not just about meals. This mindset carries over into everything, whether it's closing a big deal, finishing a project, or just waking up to a new day. I try to make gratitude the lens I see life through. It grounds me and keeps me from slipping into entitlement. I also think about how gratitude impacts relationships. When I'm grateful for the people around me, I'm more present, more intentional. It's harder to take people for granted when you're actively acknowledging their importance. Birkat HaMazon is more than a ritual. It's a grounding practice. It's a way to pause, reflect, and humble ourselves before God. It's a world that often prioritizes self-sufficiency. This mitzvah challenges us to remember that our efforts are intertwined with divine blessing. If we can make gratitude a practice, not just when it's easy, but consistently, it changes us. It shapes how we approach challenges, relationships, and even the mundane parts of life. It's not just about expressing thanks. It's about living with a mindset that sees Hashem's hand in every moment.
If this reflection spoke to you, share it with someone walking the same path. Growing happens together, and it starts from within.